I was already helping with the farm and raising tobacco before I got out of high school. And it was a given to me that I would go ahead and be farm with my dad. And he didn't mind working till dark. And now that's where I learned that you got to do what you got to do. I respected him for the way he handled the farm. And when I look back, he actually did some conservation. If there was ever a rain, he would go to the barn and get beats of hay and put in that ditch or valley to prevent erosion. So I guess I inherited some of that, so he did that, and I haven't forgot that. And most of our farmers around us get a big disc across it and fill it up. It looks nice, but when a 3-inch rain comes, it takes a bunch more soil out. So this is what I put in here to start catching soil, and I always sow seed in there too, so it'll start growing seed. It's not a big thing, but it's better than bringing a tool in here and tearing the ground all up.
He's always been conservation minded. From the time I can remember, being on the farm with him, we were putting in waterways or diversion ditches, or I always called them gully plugs in the old days, but I think they have a new name for them now. But those were a mainstay. We were physically putting those in when I was a very young child. And then new practices came about. We started no-tilling more, 100% no-till on most everything. Cover crops have been, a really big thing the last few years, so we're pushing towards doing more of that all the time.
Merle was one of the first advocates for no-till and soil health around his farms. Whether it's a program or not, Merle still is an advocate for soil erosion and soil health, and he does it on his own. This is one of the first farms that we worked on in 1997, and you can see how far he's came with. You won't see hardly any erosion. Of course, we got no-till and cereal rye and all of the no-till that he does anyway, but really helped his farm out a lot in the past 30 years.
Almost like a dream came to me one day on some land that had washed. And it ingrained in my mind, and the thought and doubt was put in my mind, in 20 years, as this keeps going like we were going, would there be soil, topsoil, for anybody to raise a crop? And that's still with me.
He's just taught me that, there's not going to be any more farmland. Farmland's just getting less and less, so you have to be able to do with what you have. And so that's another reason why it's so beneficial that we do what we do as far as conservation, so that way we have something for me to be able to pass along to my kids as well.
It's our dream that he would step in and just take over a lot. He's already taken over a lot that I had to do. And I'm focusing more on, conservation by him doing that. I got more time to do it, more time to think about it. You've got to love the land, you've got to love what it's created for, why it was created, and know the purpose of the topsoil. If it's all gone, then do you face starvation? Some nations do because they didn't take care of the soil. I hope this soil health is a wave that never stops. And so that's kind of the starting of me concentrating on taking care of the soil, being a good steward, and not only for me, but for the next generations that are coming.